Welcome to the Gap. This is Gap. Yeah.
They should have never gave you platform.
You know how I feel about this segment.
Ooh-wee.
Oh man, segment right here. And this movie I'm about to review is actually a great movie. We about to get into the sad segment. Ow! Ooh, man, I need like a own sound for it or whatever. You know what I mean? Let me. Ow! The sad segment. In this movie right here, The Last Black Man in San Francisco on Showtime. I guess the shit is on Hulu too, but I found it on Showtime. I was literally chilling, getting done watching Yellow Jackets. Oh, man, the ending of that. We ain't gonna talk about that though. We talk about that on another episode. But I saw the cover and I was like, The Last Black Man in San Francisco? Shit, let me watch this. I thought it just came out. No, this shit been out since 2019, June 7th. I'm like, damn, I'm late on this. And I'm so glad. I felt like this was like a hidden gem to me. Don't y'all ever get that feeling that like you like scrolling through something or wherever, if you're on Netflix, Showtime, HBO, and you see something, you like, all right, thumbnail look interesting. I might have to check that out. Tight little title. Let me check that out. And then you find and you watch and you like, damn, this a motherfucking hidden gem. This how I felt about this movie. I was like, this a hidden gem, man. I didn't even hear about this shit. Nowhere throughout the social medias, throughout the Twitters of the world, and the motherfucking Facebooks and Instagram and TikToks. Sound old as hell. Man. But yeah, this was a hidden gem to me on Showtime. Let me give you the stats, because I'm a motherfucking stat teacher in this bitch. Alright, IMDb gave it a 7.3, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 92%. Alright. You know what I say about them critics, though, right? Frick them! That's what you know what? That's what I'm gonna start doing when I kind of agree with the critics and shit. And then when I don't agree with them, I'm gonna say frick them. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say frick them when I do agree with them, and I'm gonna say when I don't agree with them. There we go. But the people gave it an 86%. Hey, man, I agree with all y'all, man. This is a great movie. God damn. Joe Talbot, this is the person that directed this. Hey, man, kudos to you, bruh. God damn. Handcuff and motherfucking air horns. Yeah. Hell yeah. And then, when I was watching this, I didn't know who was in this shit. You feel me? But as the shit started coming on, I was like, oh, shit, y'all got them? This motherfucker in the movie too? Oh shit, man! This cast had hella stars, bro. All right, so Jimmy Fowles, he plays his own self. So Jimmy, you feel me? But it had Jonathan Majors. He was Montgomery, aka Mont Allen. He was bro best friend. Him and Jimmy were best friends. They had Danny Glover. I was like, what the? Danny Glover in this shit. Lethal Weapon. Classic. I'm gonna review that shit for sure. Hey, but it had Danny Glover. He was Grandpa Allen. He was Montgomery's grandpa. It had Mike Epps. I was like, oh damn, motherfucker, comedic legend in my eyes. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That nigga comedic legend. Mike Epps. He was Bobby. He was Jimmy's uncle. Then it had Tanisha Arnold, bruh, motherfucking legend. Are you serious? She was Wanda. She was Jimmy aunt, and she was all out in the boondocks. Man, I'll tell y'all the rest of the shit. You know what I mean? Down the line, but bruh, it had hella more stars on here, man. This shit was just, bruh. Every time I saw somebody, I was like, what the fuck? They got them? Oh hell! And the directing was so good. The pace of the movie was incredible. They even had like people on there that were like, I'm pretty sure they were local artists though. I called them the shit talking crew, but they were on there and they were really talking how niggas on the Bay talk. You feel me? I felt at home, and it was good and bad. Cause some of the things I was like, damn, this made me feel at home. You know, cause I'm from the town, from Oakland, shit. And I was like, I feel for that. But then certain things was happening like, damn, I feel for that too, but I shouldn't feel for that. That shit's fucked up. But essentially, the plot of this movie is Jimmy is best friends with Monty. Monty is creating a play. He's a little artistic and shit like that, but he cool though. He cool ass nigga. You feel me? And Jimmy is just going back to this home that his grandfather supposedly built. And he's going back and he's like fixing it up. They lost a house like 13 years ago. Was it 13 or 12? 13. 13 years ago. And him and his dad lost the house and all that, but he's going back fixing it up because the previous tenants ain't really taking good care of it. Because they going through their own drama and shit. And it's really tackling the issue of gentrification. That's what I think the little secret message is in this movie. You know how these motherfucking movies be? They always have these secret messages and shit. I'm decoding the shit for y'all. Alright? Alright? Is that cool? Look it tackles the gentrification stuff, and then it also tackles how the person that work at the bank not really your fucking friend. Even though, hey man, shout out to AJ, bruh. Hey man, that's my homie that work at the bank, man. He really my homie that work at the bank. But them other motherfuckers that work at the bank and they be trying to tell you about homes and shit, they might not be your friends. Cause essentially what happened was, Jimmy was he went to the dude at the bank and they were supposed to be cool. And he was like, all right, this home right here, like, you know, how much do it cost it, this and that. And bruh looked it up and was like, damn, this shit cheap as fuck. Told him, yeah, that's all you need to do. Just get this amount, da-da-da. What happened? Nigga from the bank ended up buying the home and mark up the price because all the homes around it is hella marked up in price. See how they do? That's why you gotta have the cash already in hand before you ask about these homes. Alright? That's another hidden gem too. But basically, Jimmy is like, he's living at Monty's house with his best friend. So it's like, bro, the nigga's basically homeless, bro. And he is trying to get back this house. You know, it's a tie to him. It's tied to childhood. Him and Monty, they like kind of grew up in this house. And they essentially, bro, yeah, man, they do these odd jobs and shit just to like stay afloat. And that's another, I'm like, bro, that shit, being from the Bay, being from the town and shit, and it's just poverty and stuff like that, you gotta do odd jobs, and you just like, when you poor as too, you really don't be knowing where your next meal coming from and shit. That's what they were going through too, and then also just like the niggas out in the street basically, bruh. They had to deal with that shit. Like niggas talking shit, and like they used to, Jimmy and one of the like main dudes or the niggas that's outside their home talking shit or whatever, they used to be friends. They grew up in the fucking foster home together. Like he was in the foster home 1 year, but they became friends and shit. And then he welcomed him into the home that Jimmy used to live in. Because what happened was, the previous couple that lived there, they were like a white couple. I think they were Jewish. Who knows? I don't the fuck know. They're white. Whatever. They weren't taking care of the home. He was there helping them out. They were like, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here. Blah, blah. But what happened was, her mom died. And the owner of the crib was actually her sister. So they were fighting over the home. And then basically Jimmy was like, fuck it, nobody here or whatever. I'm going to move my shit in. So he moved this shit in. Him and Monty moved the shit in or whatever. So then they bring bruh in, you know, to chill, smoke or whatever. Monty bring him in. And then like, at the end of the day, this nigga, right? He ends up like talking shit to him with his crew and shit. And it's like, damn, bro. Saying some old foul shit about like his dad. Because his dad wasn't shit either, bro. Man, his dad was, you know, was a piece of shit and was talking shit and just had no hope for him. It was like, you a piece of shit just like me. And it's like, fuck, bro. And then like his uncle, who was Mike S. character, Bobby, came around too. And this nigga like basically took his car. But then, like, this nigga homeless too. Like, might get sleeping in the car, bro. Like, it shows a lot of poverty in this shit and how, like, a home is connecting. It's just showing, like, you have your house, don't sell that shit. Yo, keep that shit, bro. It's so much more of a bond to a home, especially when a kid lives and grows up in it. You feel me?
Message!
But yeah, bro, nigga just like start talking shit about all types of shit, bro, about his parents, his mom, and all that. And Jimmy was like, you know, he held it together and was like, the fucked up thing though, the next day, bro gets popped, bro. That was his, you know what I mean? Bro gets popped. That was his homie and shit. And there was one scene, and that shit was like, to me, was one of the most powerful scenes in the movie, bro, because this is how a lot of black men be feeling, especially when you trapped in that environment, bro. When I was in that environment, I was feeling just so tensed and just like, so basically the crew that talk shit every day, homie, you know, popped or whatever, and then Jimmy come over and was like talking to him, and he was like, bro, that motherfucker was my friend too. Like, what the bro? He was my friend too. And dude come over and was like, man, what the you talking about, nigga? I'll wash you right now, nigga. And all his homies is like, all just bad influences. They always bickering and fighting and talking shit or whatever. Nobody lifting each other up. They all just a bunch of shit talkers, bruh. And it's just like, they always be like, yeah, knock his ass out. What he talking about? That nigga a bitch. Blah, blah, blah. And like, throughout the whole crew, that's what they all be calling each other bitches. Talk about they'll fight each other. I knock your block out. And then Jimmy was like, do what you gotta do, bro. But bro is my friend too, bro. We all took a loss. And then bro, like, clenched up his fist. You didn't know what was gonna happen. And bro just broke down, hugged him, and started crying. And that shit was powerful. Because at the end of the day, bro, even like, bro, we have all spectrum of black people. Black people that just like, you know, mad sophisticated, don't really talk shit. And we have our shit talkers and shit. But when we going through a loss and shit like that, end of the day, bro, all we need is a little bit of love and like a hug and shit, bro. And that's all Jimmy did. He gave that group, he just gave him a little bit of love and like, bro, I'm here for you, my nigga. We going through it together. And hugged it out, bro. Like, that was powerful, bro. A lot of niggas gonna be like, oh, I wouldn't do that shit. I'm tough, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you need a hug, bro. It's cool, bro. Hug your brothers, bro. Hug your brothers, bro. For real. And then, like, the ending was basically Monty ended up creating a play. He figured out a play, and the play was basically showing, basically the main character was a dude that got shot, and then everybody was sitting there, and it was kind of like a homage to bruh, but also kind of show like the gang violence and poverty and how like this shit is dumb, bruh. It's like it doesn't make sense, and yeah, bro, and then, like, his homie got up and was, like, during the play, he was, like, because he had a Q&A, basically, at the end of the play, kind of like a Q&A. Basically, that's what it was. But his homie was like, did I push him too hard? Like, was I pushing him too hard? Was basically saying, like, was I talking too much shit? Like, was I not more uplifting? Like, have a balance. Like, it's cool to talk shit to your homies, but have a balance. They doing good or something, or, you know, don't always leading them to danger that's fucking dumb. You feel me? And then at the end of the motherfucking play, though, because Monty went to the bank and found the deed of the house, and the house was not built by Jimmy's grandfather. You feel me? It was not built by his grandfather at all. And Jimmy said he knew. He just wanted to keep that sliver of hope. That's all it was. It was that sliver of hope, something to live for. You feel me? That house was it, and he just kind of made it up in his mind, and just like, and at the end of, he really wanted his dad to just stop lying and just tell the truth. And his dad still couldn't tell the truth. Looked him dead in his eye and lied to him. Up, man. A lot of shit to go on with this shit, bro. And then also, Tanacha Arnold character, they got I'm fucking his name up, man. We just gonna call it T, man. T Arnold character. Look it. She was basically Jimmy's aunt. She just lived out in the boondocks or whatever. And like, I love that they threw her in here, but she was kind of like a wasteful character. It's kind of like a pointless character. I didn't know why they had that, but I'm glad they did. Yeah, but at the end, he's like at the play. Monty was like, "Yo, be real. The home is not yours. Your grandfather didn't build it." And then everybody that played just got up and left because it was an awkward moment. And Jimmy was all like, he was pissed, but a couple days later, him and Monty talking things out. You feel me? Talk it out. And he talked it out, and he was like, you know what, Monty, you was right, bro. He didn't build that. And Jimmy ended up stayed there. And he was like the symbol of the last black man in San Francisco. Boom! That's it. That's the end. Such a great movie. Man, it has so many messages in there and shit. Jeez. Such a great movie. I loved it. Loved it. Man. Anyway, like I say, I don't ever either deter y'all or tell y'all what to watch. I just give y'all my opinion on what comes up when it comes to shows, albums, and films. And this was a great one. So this was The Last Black Man in San Francisco on Showtime. Bye.